What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles, the YouTube channel. Today is Saturday, and today we usually go like Saturday tournaments, but we kind of been slipping on those. I've been trying to build up my other account, my other like real account. Currently, I'm trying to get some Tapu Lele-GX on there. They're rather hard to get, but once that account does get all the way set up, we will have more Saturday tournaments for sure, and I'm excited to bring those back. But to kind of go along with Saturday tournament, we've been doing this for a little while. We play a deck, play 3 games with it, and see what happens. Now today we are looking at Tord, Reklev's first place North Americans International Championship that he used to win last weekend. And we're going to see, I mean, obviously it's good, right? It won the biggest tournament ever, and we're going to see what's it like. Now, if you've never seen Drampa-GRI, I don't know where you've been, but his list is just really consistent. It's like 3 Drampa, 4 Garb, 4 Trubbish, play a 3-1 split. He's got the 4 Tapu Lele, 4 Tapu Lele are maximum consistency, 4 Choice Band, 4 Float Stone. Make sure he's super consistent. But you're going to notice there's no Team Mag with secret bases, and we know that Drampa does feed off this damage on the bench to use the Berserk attack to do 150 with a Choice Band 180. So he's going to instead use Rainbow Energies to get damage on his bench Pokemon, or you can just let somebody take a hit and then you're treating and tack into it. We're going to see how this plays out. I'm not the best Drampa-GRI player. I really don't play this deck too much, but we'll go over here. That's from yesterday. But I just got off work and I wanted to record a game really quick, and this is probably really bad because I'm really tired. I just worked like a 14-hour shift, like a 12 to 14. I can't remember how long it's been. And then we got to go tomorrow morning, work some more on Saturday, so it's fantastic. But want to post some videos to show off this deck just a little bit. So we're playing against Bovine, 1897, playing a fighting deck. There's going to be no cuts. We're just going to play 3 games, and if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. So call heads, and we lost the coin flip, so we'll be going second. Now, he is playing fighting, and Drampa is weak to fighting, unfortunately. But, towards the list, there we go. Start with 2 Trubbish, okay? We got an Ultra Ball. We can discard a Garbodor as well. We can use a Righteous Edge if needed, and we could go for that turn 1 Big Wheel GX. We really don't need another support any of Pokemon in our deck, or any other GX in our deck, really, because we're going to really rely on the Garbodor. So put down 2 Trubbish. We'll press done, and let's see what happens here. What are we playing against? And there's a Glaceon. Now, Glaceon does have that Crystal Ray, making our evolutions cannot hurt it. There's a Water Genie active, and the only thing I'm kind of scared of is if they play Regice. Regice could be very scary for us, but then we have Garbodor to counteract that, and just to pass onto our turn. Well, I'm gonna Ultra Ball, discard the N and Garbodor to grab another Trubbish. Okay, so grab the Trubbish. We'll put that guy down. Put a Psychic Energy in the active, and I'm just going to go for a Big Wheel GX and just shuffle, draw a bunch of new cards, get 10. I really do want to play an N because he didn't play anything really, and with this hand we can use like a Berserk next turn. We can also just get like another Drampa, let this one take a hit, and go for a Righteous Edge. So we see a Water Genie going to the active, okay. Because if he put a Special Energy in the active, we can just Righteous Edges it off. So this is Shaman. Going to set up. Now, with this Shaman, if we top deck a Choice Band, we can actually use Berserk for the knockout because we do 30 damage. But this deck does not play any Skylas or anything like that, or Trainer's Mail, so we can't dig it. We have to, or no Shamans either, so we can't dig for a Shaman. So we have to find a Choice Band off this top deck. So we see Second Bite for 70 damage. Okay, ooh, 70, that's a lot. So, we top decked the Choice Band. Alright, so we could take a knockout this turn, right? And then Crystal Ray could do 100, which doesn't knock us out, but with Kukui could, which would be very unfortunate. But right now, I think what I'm going to do is put down Garbodor. I am going to Ultra Ball, discard it in and Sycamore to grab a Drampa. Okay. We'll put down the Drampa, we'll play the Tapu Lele, we'll use the Wonder Tag Search Supporter card, we'll grab a Lysandre, bring into that bench Shaman, and we will take a knockout this turn. So give me that Lysandre, bringing up that Shaman EX, alright, put a Choice Band, we will Field Blower, get rid of that tool off the bench, alright, so get rid of that tool, We'll put a DC on the active, and we will go for a Berserk. That was pretty insane top deck there. Doing 102 damage, go down to 4 prize cards. So we get an Ultra Ball and a Trubbish. Alrighty. So on our opponent's turn, he can use Crystal Ray for 70. It doesn't knock us out just yet. He needs a Choice Band and another Kukui to do this. Alrighty. And, so there's an Ultra Ball, going to discard 2 cards from his hand, so he's going to put 2 in the discard pile, but it's, okay, so discard the Articuno and Water Energy, okay. There's a Lapras, alright, can he do 160 this turn? Yeah, 160 would knock us out if he does somehow get that out, okay. So we see a Lapras coming down, we see a Water Energy Lapras, we see a Max Elixir, oh boy, it looks like he's going to dig for stuff, so Water Energy on the Lapras, okay. And we see a VS Seeker. This is going to grab a Kukui to draw 2. Does he find an Aqua Patch? You'll have to get an Aqua Patch here or a Manaphy plus an Energy Switch to take a knockout this turn. So, let's see. What does he find here? Oh, we'll see another second bite for only 20. Okay, 20 is not really that relevant to us. Alright, so second bite. Oh, hold on. I did second bite wrong. On your opponent's active. Whoops. Alright, so send him Garbodor. That was a mistake on my part. Alright, so we get a Rainbow Energy, okay. Forgot the second bite was to the active. I thought it was on his, but it's not on his, okay. Alright, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 in the discard. If he puts a Water Energy in the active, he can start swinging. So what I'm going to do is put a Rainbow Energy on the bench. I am going to... I think I'm just gonna just Sycamore away. Now I'm gonna Super Rod, shuffle back in 1, 2, and 3. I'm still gonna put down the Trubbish and just Sycamore, just discard our hand, draw 7 new cards, okay? So we get a Psychic, Drampa, Lysandre, and right now we'll have to pass it to our opponent's turn, okay? And let's see what he does here. I mean, if he swings, we can get this into the Drampa, maybe take a knock on the Glaceon if we get kind of lucky. He could Crystal Ray for 70. There's a Rough Seas. He could also go for a Blizzard Edge. Blizzard Burn for 160. That's another possibility he can do. So there's an Ultra Ball. Going to discard 2 cards from his hand. Discard a Hex and a Lysandre. Does he find a Manaphy here? And he's going to find a Manaphy. Okay, so how many is that in his discard pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he has 5 in there right now. None enough for a knockout just yet. There's a VS Seeker for another Kukui, and this is going to be enough for a knockout. So we get put down the Garbodor, Lysandre the Manaphy, and take a knockout. Okay, alright, so Manaphy gonna come down, give us the easy 2 prize cards. Here comes a Lapras, and we'll see a Blizzard Burn for 160. Taking a knockout, but now he has 12 in the discard pile. We see an Energy Switch up to the active, and we will see a knockout. Now, the only unfortunate thing, he's doing Ice Beam, actually, for 120, okay? So how many's in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I'm still going to send the Garbodor. Okay, on our turn, I'm going to Lysandre, bring up the Manaphy. Put a Psychic Energy on it. Ultra Ball. Discard a Drampa and a Tapu Lele for another Garbodor. Okay. We will put that guy down, and we are going to Trash Lynch. Alright, so we're going to Trash Lynch for a ton of damage, doing 140, taking 2 prize cards, and we get a Float Stone and a Rainbow Energy. Okay, so here comes the Lapras GX. He can use Blizzard Burn this turn for the knockout, that's fine. What we have to do is in him, and hope he doesn't have a Lysandre plus a Choice Band to knock a Drampa or a Tapu Lele. I'm going to Float Stone the bench Trubbish as well. Okay. So he's going to swing with the Lapras. I'm going to put a... What? Oh, there's another... What? He's going to put a second Manaphy down? Oh, both... Okay, both Lysandre in Scarpel, so we can't use that. So there's our Water Energy Lapras, so with the Max looks okay. And we see a Sycamore. His first Sycamore of the game, discarding his hand, drawing 7 new cards. I mean, if we tie like a VS Seeker, we win the game because we could bring up this Manaphy. How many Max looks is he using? Is this enough for a knockout now? Hold on. 190. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. If we find a Choice Band, we win the game actually right now. Oh boy, we play 4 Choice Bands. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play Sycamore, discarding our hand, drawing 7 new cards. Let's see. Let me make sure the math right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Yeah, if we find a Choice Band, we win the game right now. So we're just going to Sycamore, just discard our hand, draw on 7 new cards, and we whiff it. No! Oh, no. So if he has a Lysandre plus a Choice Band, he can win right now, unfortunately. All right. So we'll have to go for the Trash Lynch play. But if he has a Lysandre plus a Choice Band, no, we whiffed it. We have 3. I mean, I don't know if we have 3 in the deck, but we definitely whiffed the Choice Band. So Choice Band on the bench, okay, using the Roughies. Does he have a Lysandre? There's a VS Seeker. Does he have a Lysandre? And he does have the Lysandre. He can bring up the Drampa or the Lele and take the game. Oh, man. Okay, well, there we go. We whipped the Choice Band. He got the Choice Band. Bring up the Tapu Lele retreat and take it a knockout. I don't know how, don't know. I mean, I guess... Like, the weird thing is we committed all the energy on the early Drampa and then it got knocked out, and then we really didn't have anything afterwards. We did take a knock on the Manaphy, but maybe not have gone aggro on the Manaphy would have been better and just, like, swing it to the Lapras. But even then, it's a very weird matchup for sure. So, Rod Renus, are we playing the mirror match, maybe? I don't know. Alright, so we'll call heads. We won the coin flip, and this is the only thing I don't like about this list, is you don't play Magma bases, so you can't really, like... have the the super duper damage really quickly, unfortunately. So we'll sit at the Drampa. All right, onto our opponent's turn. Going to start something. All right, put down Trubbish. We'll press done, and there is a Shaman start for my opponent. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna Lele, and with the Lele, we're gonna search for supporter card. We're gonna grab a Brigette here and get a Drampa and 2 other Trubbishes. So yep, we'll grab the Brigette. We'll put that guy down. Searching for a Drampa and 2 Trubbish. Okay. I'm gonna Rainbow Energy the bench Drampa. And just pass it to our opponent's turn. If he decides to swing here, we will then maybe retreat to Drampa. If not, we can put a Psychic Energy active and maybe Righteous Edge somebody. And have like 2 Drampas ready to go. This is kind of what you want to do, have like 2 Drampas ready to go. If he hurts the active, then they can take a knock on that guy. There's an Enhanced Hammer. Okay, that's not good. Enhanced Hammer does slow us down a turn, and now we'll be 100% committed to the active. But there's a Brigette, and let's see, what does he find with the Brigette? He has 2 items in discard pile. Okay, there's a Brigette, and let's see what 3 cards he gets out here. Alright, so, ooh, okay, so it looks like it's going to be a mirror match, okay? Does he have an energy attachment for turn? Does he play Seeker base? Okay, so there's a DC going to the active, and we'll see a Sky Turn. Now, Sky Turn here is fine, because this means we can take a, we'll see the Tauros coming up, okay? So on our turn, we get a Lele. I'm gonna put a Psychic on the active, and we can Righteous Edge for 20, but I don't want to fill up anything, so I'm just gonna press down right now to our opponent's turn. Next, we can put on the Choice Band, play it in, try to hit a DC and Berserk for the knockout of the Tauros, and pretty much making that DC useless. That he's going to tax his turn. Yeah, he can attach and Horde Attack for 60, but that will be irrelevant already. Okay, so Team Skullgrunt not gonna find any energies in their hand. He's got a DCE Shaman in his hand. There's a Garbodor Trash Lunch coming down. Okay. There's a DCT active. We'll see a Horn Attack for 60. But if we find a DCE, we can take a knockout on that Tauros because we have the Choice Band in hand. There's a Psychic Energy. So Choice Band the active. We'll play an in. Gonna give us both 6 new cards. Do we find a DCE? And we don't find one, unfortunately. But we will get a Righteous Edge off here. So put a Rainbow Energy in that guy. We'll go for a Righteous Edge for 50, knocking out that DCE. The only problem is he finds a DCE. He can go for Mad Bull GX, and he can get rid of our... If he Mad Bulls GX, he can take a knockout, but then if he does that, we can then Righteous Edge his DC back off again, and leave with only 2 DCs left in his deck. So it's a Max Elixir, gonna get top cards of his deck. Gonna put energy on that Drampa, okay. There's a Trubbish coming down. And do we see the Mad Bull GX? I wouldn't see why we don't see it come down. That's the real thing. I don't see why we wouldn't. Alright, so VS Seeker for Team Skullgrunt. He's not going to find any energies again. Both Team Skullgrunts have whiffed. Okay. Yep. So how many item cards discard pile? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we still can't take a knockout, unfortunately. Alright, so set up the Drampa. On our turn, we find a in. Yeah, I mean, how many item cards do we have? We only have one right now. So I'm just gonna play the in here. Gonna shove up a player's hands. Okay, we find a Rainbow Energy. Okay. We could stretcher the Drampa back in our hand, or back in our deck, or back in our hand. Put it down and put a Rainbow Energy in it, which I think is a fine play. Yeah, so we'll put a Drampa in our hand. We'll put it down. We'll attach a Rainbow Energy to it, and we will just Righteous Edge for 20. Okay, there we go. Knocking out the DC again. Onto our opponent's turn. And what we can do next turn is try to hit a Float Stone and a DC to knock out this Tauros GX. We only have 2 in the discard pile. Garbodor's not too scary. There's another Garbodor coming down the field. Does he find another DCE? Maybe a Float Stone? If he finds a Float Stone DCE and takes a knockout with a Drampa, we're pretty much like in a terrible situation. So Wonder Tag, going to find a Sycamore most likely. I doubt he's going to find it in here. Alright, so see a Sycamore going to his hand, just like I thought he would, okay? Oh boy. We are in trouble here. So, gonna put a Psychic in the active, actually. Okay, that's fine with me. And there's a Sycamore, so gonna put a Psychic in the active. He might try to go for a Righteous Edge here. So, Crushing Hammer, heads. Okay, discard the energy off the active, which is fine with me. And a pass onto our turn. Alright, so there's a Sycamore. So I'm going to put a Choice Band on the bench. I'm just going to Sycamore, just discard our hand, draw on 7 new cards. And we find the Float Stone plus DC. So we can put a Float Stone on this guy, put down a DCE. We can retreat into the Drampa, and we can Berserk for the knockout. Alright, so we got out 4 prize cards. So we get 1 to 2. We get a Psychic Energy and a VS Seeker. Alrighty. So let's see what he sends up here. He really doesn't have any bench Pokemon with damage on it. We have 1, 2, 3 in the discard pile. So he does 60 with the Garbodor, plus a Choice Band, 90, plus Kikui is 110. So he can't take a knockout that way. We can then put a Psychic Energy on a Trubbish and get ready for our own Garbodor, take a knock on his. There's a Garbodor coming up. Okay. I think I'm definitely going to Lysandre the Drampa and take a knockout that way. I think that's fine. So is he Psychic in the active? Okay. Or do we just knock out the Garbodor? No, I think either way we need to do damage. We need to knock out the Drampa. So this is a Lysandre, bringing it to Trubbish. He's actually going to knock out the Trubbish, which is fine with me. It saves our Drampa from being knocked out this turn. So see 120 coming down with weakness. I don't care about this. We'll send the Drampa, okay. Oh no, our turn. We get an Ultra Ball, okay. So how many in here? 1, 2, 3. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so I'm going to VS Seeker for a Lysandre. I am going to bring up the Drampa. Put a Psychic Energy on this guy. Yeah, that's fine. And we will Berserk for the knockout, okay? So take a knockout, going into 2 prize cards. And since we played the four Lele's, we could find another Lele. There's a VS Seeker coming in hand. We've only played 1 Lysandre, so we have 1 more left in the deck. Here comes Garbodor. On to our opponent's turn. And we will see what happens here. Alright, so there's an Eevee coming down. Psychic Energy, oh boy, we're going to see an Espeon coming out. Now, Espeon cannot take a knockout right now, but what Espeon can do is confuse us. But if he, oh, he's got the Espeon prize. Either way, putting on Espeon is a big liability, because we can get Garbodor down, a Lysandre Espeon take a knockout, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 is 200 with weakness, so we can easily knock out an Espeon with our own Garbodor. So that's fine. So let's see what he does here. Does he have an in? So there's a Sycamore, and that is going to be the game. There's no way he could get a knockout this turn. The only way he can really disrupt us if he gets rid of the Choice Band off the active. But even then, he's in a bad situation. Because if he gets the Choice Band off the active, what I'm going to do is just knock out the Garbodor. And never see the Choice Band be blown off with the Wind Blower. Or Field Blower, okay. But I mean, we type like a Choice Band. We have 2 in the deck, so we could hypothetically hit one. There's a Trainer's Mail. Does he have enough in the discard pile for us to knock out Garbodor now? There's an N going to his hand. Okay, I don't care about N. Do not care about that at all. Because we're going to get 2 Garbodor set up this turn and basically have the game. So this Trash Lynch, nowhere near not doing enough. 120. On our turn, do we take a Choice Band? We don't. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2. Define a Garbodor. We'll put that guy down. We will Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2 for another Garbodor. Alright, so we got 2 Garbodors down. We'll put down a Garbodor. We'll put a Psychic Energy on a Garbodor. I could just retreat and take a knockout here, which is not a bad play. So yeah, I'm just going to retreat, send the Garbodor, discard a DC, that's fine. And we will just Trash Lunch for the knockout. I'm going to save the VS Seeker for next turn. Alright, so we do 280, take a knockout. Okay, seems pretty good. There's a Rainbow to go in our hand. But now we have 2 Garbodors ready to go. A Drampa that needs a DC, which is in our hand. And we see Garbodor coming up. He has 3 prize cards left. And we're pretty sure we got this game, beating the almost mirror match just a little bit. He did whiff the DC that one turn. So there's a Flare Gun coming down. But we have a Rainbow in hand. That's not going to matter. Pass our turn. We got a Rainbow Energy. And we have the Trash Lunch for the game. That's the good thing about Rainbow Energies, is not only does it count for your damage for your Berserk, but it also is Psychic Energy, so that's why we played. So we'll press done. We have 1 more game left, guys, and we'll see what happens. So we're 1-1. Hopefully we end positive. If not, it's fine either way. We know what this deck does. I just want to show off towards deck just a little bit. Come on, tickets, get out of here. I don't care about you. I got 356 of you that I can't use because you can't enter tournaments in a demo account. If we could, then we'd have a lot of Saturday tournaments, but we can't enter in the demo account, unfortunately. So looking for game number 3, and it is going to be Saint Deron. Is this the same person? Is a fighting deck? Ooh, is it actually fighting? If it is, we are in trouble here. We are going to be in trouble. I mean, maybe sorry. Maybe we'll be able to win this, but it's going to be a rough matchup for sure. So they're going to call the coin flip. Maybe we'll get that turn with Brigette Spaghetti again. That was really nice. Brigette Spaghetti. You're a big fan of the channel. You know what Brigette is. Alright, so we'll go first. Oh, all those long-time viewers. Brigette. Alright, so press done. Still can't speak English. Nothing has changed. Alright, so, ooh. Oh, baby, it's a Lycanroc. It's a pretty bad matchup for us, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, our only outlets to use, like, Tapu Lele, maybe, and even then, that's pretty bad. Like, he has 3 energies, plus our 2 is 100, and plus a Choice Band, it's 130. 130, 40, 50, I don't know. So, they find an Act Pokemon, okay. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but man, fighting definitely just, like, destroys us. I mean, toward the 1 Nationals, I mean, maybe he faced against fighting. I don't know what his record was. I don't know what he played against. Maybe he just played the mirror all day, and his deck can easily beat the mirror. I don't know. It beats Decidueye pretty well as well, because you got like 4 of every supporter card in your deck. So again, another mulligan. That's great. That's exactly what Lycanroc needs, is more stuff to set up with. And alright, so we get a Trubbish. We'll press done. And what does our opponent have? So we didn't start Drampa, so that's good at least. We didn't start Drampa. We could go for Acid Spray, trying to discard energy off his active and make where he can't attack ever. That could be really cute. Okay. I didn't say it was good. I said it was cute, so get that right. That's why you play this Trubbish, because Acid Spray can discard energies and put your opponent in a pickle. But my plan right now is the Ultra Ball, discard Teammates into Sycamore to find a Lele, to find a Brigette, to get 3 Trubbishes, and hopefully we get a Garbodor Toxin. We can shut down his ability to bring up Pokemon. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. We're solely relying on our Psychic type here. Okay. Alright, so there's a Rockruff. Alright, so we're going first as well. Cool beans. So I'm gonna Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2. I'm gonna grab a Brigette, Lele. Is Brigette here? Brigette is in here. That's fantastic. So we're gonna put down Tapu Lele. We are going to use Wonder Tag, okay? We're going to find a Brigette, and what I'm hoping is that we can just knock out Rockruffs constantly, and they can't really retaliate from there. So grab a Brigette, we'll put that down, we'll find just 2. Oh, boy, we have 1 prize. So 3 Garbodor or Garbodor Toxinous prize. We're just going to grab those 2, put a DC on the bench, and we'll pass into our opponent's turn. Alright, so next turn we can put a Psychic Energy we can put a Psychic Energy on Tapu Lele. Retreat. Hopefully we find a Float Stone. We can just be a Seeker for Sycamore, dig for a Float Stone. We do play 4 of those and take a knockout on the Rockruff. Okay, that's the plan here. Don't know if it's going to work, but we'll find out here together, guys. So there's a Lele coming down. Going to use that Wonder Tag, and we'll see his own Brigette come down. Show me the meaning. Okay. So see, what does a Lele get him? Is his Brigette prize? Maybe he plays Fan Club instead to get 2 out of deck. Okay, there's an end going to his hand, which is fantastic. That's not a Brigette. Okay, that's good. He can't play Sycamore. He's got like a billion cards in hand. So most likely going to see an in here because he just grabbed that. Like I said, he can't really afford to play a Sycamore. If he does, that's a lot of cards he's discarding. And I imagine some of that stuff is going to be good stuff for sure. Okay. Now the thing about Lycanroc is he can easily get a knockout on us. So Float Stone the active. We'll see a DC or see a DC Tapu Lele. And we'll see a Silent Lock come down. Okay. And we'll see an in. Alright, so his plan right now is to retreat to Tapu Lele and just Energy Drive. So we can end Drampa, Psychic Energy, okay? So this is his own Drampa coming down. Okay. So send it to Lele. And we'll see an Energy Drive for 40. Okay. So what is he playing here? I don't know. So a Field Blower, getting rid of the Silent Lab and the Float Stone, okay. We'll put down Drampa. I'm going to touch a Psychic Energy to it and play an in. Because if we find a Float Stone, we can go for Energy Drive. Oh. We can go for Energy Drive or Righteous Edge. I think I'm going to go for an Energy Drive here. So Float Stone the active, retreat into a Tapu Lele. Put down a Garbodor without a Float Stone. And we will Energy Drive for 80. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can swing for like 150 at most. But then if he does, Lele can then take a knockout. We can end him as well. Alright, so then the Rockruff coming down. But does he actually fighting energies? I don't know. And he does play fighting energies, but he's going to commit it to the Drampa. Alright, so Float Stone to the Lele. We'll see a Silent Lock come down. We'll see a Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. But and he's going to send the Drampa here. He's going to Righteous Edge, discard a DCE. But if we find our own DC plus a Choice Band, we can knock him out. And we'll be in a terrific situation. He only has 1 in the discard pile right now. There's a Choice Band to the Drampa, okay. But if we find a Choice Band plus a DC, we can take a knockout here and put him in a weird situation. Because he can't attack with Lycanroc for a couple turns. They need multiple energies to set up. And no, just going to go for Energy Drive instead. Alright, so on our turn. We find a Choice Band. So we're going to Float Stone the active, Choice Band the bench, and 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We could just swing with the active, which is not a bad play either. So I'm just going to, yes, put an energy in the active and play it in. Alright, so there's a Lysandre and a DC for next turn to knock out that Drampa. Because right now he has to commit a DC to it to take a knockout. I thought he was going to go for Righteous Edge, but we're going to 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yeah, we're going to Energy Drive for the knockout. Going down to 4 prize cards, so 1 and 2. We find a Tapu Lele and a Choice Band, okay. And let's see what he does here. Does he have his own DC? So there's a Rockruff coming up, okay. I don't really care about Rockruff too much. There's a Rimmered coming down. There's another Drampa hitting the field. Simply the lock though. Okay, so gonna put energy in the active. Is he gonna go for a corner here? Okay, there's a Lycanroc coming up, okay. Oh, I don't know what's really going on. It sends up the Trubbish, okay. Pass on to our turn. Alright, so we get a Psychic Energy. Alright, so how many are in the discard pile? Just 2. So really not that relevant. Okay. I can put a DC on the bench Drampa. I can put a DC in the active and retreat. What to do here, guys? I think my best play is put a DC in the active. Retreat into the Lele. And just swing with Energy Drive. 20, 40, 60, 80. Yeah, we're going to do 80 damage, okay? And if he swings with the Lycanroc, we can take a knockout. The only thing I'm concerned about if he retreats to the bench and takes a knockout that way, he has another knockout with the Lycanroc. But there's an Octiller come down. He can Bissell Hand for 2. Does he find a Float Stone plus a DC? There's Special Charge. Going to shuffle 2 combination of cards back into his deck. There's a DC going back in there. Okay. Or Special Energy. Sorry, I meant to say that. Another Rock Off coming down. And we'll see a Bissell Hand for 4. Now, if he takes a knockout here without playing it in, we'll be in a good spot as well. 20, 40, 60. There is a Ultra Ball. Okay, there's 80. And we'll need one more in the discard pile. Okay, so a Hax and Sycamore being discarded. To find another Lycanroc, maybe? Okay, so we'll see another Lycanroc come down. What will his target be this time? Maybe the Drampa. I mean, if there's a DC in hand, you can bring up the Drampa, take a knockout, but then Energy Drive just knocks you out, so that's really not a good play at all. Alright. So we'll see here. He should have just committed Lycanrocs like forever ago. I don't know why. I mean, it's fine, whatever. We'll see what happens. We'll see what he's got. What does he got here? So, okay, so there is another Lycanroc come down, okay, with the bloodthirsty eyes. Let's see, who does he target this time? Does he bring up another Garbodor to try to stall for a turn? If he does, okay, so Drampa being brought up to the active. Does he have the DC here? And there's an in. Alrighty, he is digging for this. But if he swings with the Lycanroc, we are going to take a knockout with our Tapu Lele. So there's a VS Seeker, a Psychic Energy, and a Garbodor in our hand. And a victory, and there we go. So he whiffed it. My turn would put down a Garbodor. VS Seeker for Sycamore, trying to find a DC, take a knockout on the active. And then from there, I don't know what would happen. But there we go. Winning 3 games with the Drampa Garb deck. My opponent kind of made a misplay there, not attaching the Fight Energies to his Lycanroc like he should have been from the start. But there we go, guys. There's a Drampa Garb deck. I'm not really sure how game 1 really went. I don't know. We missed the Choice Band. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and we lost that way. But guys, there we go. There's towards winning North America Internationals deck. I gotta go eat dinner, and then tomorrow we'll see you Sunday on the Nationals vlog, which is really long, but it's a lot of fun and has a lot of great moments in it for sure. So have a great day on the Saturday. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you back tomorrow for the vlog, and on Monday we'll be covering a new main deck Monday. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.